Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network. Excited to bring you 15 Major League Baseball plays for Friday, August 8th. Hopefully you guys had a great evening and are ready for some more plays here today. We have 15, like I said, and if you're not familiar with the show, this is how it works. I have a Major League Baseball model. I then compare that model to Vegas opening lines. I then chart everything, all 5,000 plays so far this season. And then I know with this amount of confidence that at these odds and my variance, these plays hit at about this amount of time, because all we're doing is trying to beat that Vegas model. And we know that they're really good, right? So all we got to do is just find the little pieces to beat them. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Let's bring it to the stage. We got it, right? All right. All right, here we go. Hopefully you guys are ready. We got 15 winners to give you here today. There we go. As soon as I get ready. All right, first one here is going to be the Guardians versus the Twins at Target Field. We have McKenzie on the mound. He hasn't pitched. He's been injured. We have Bailey Ober on the mound for the Twins. 2.25. He's under his 3.69 ERA here this season. We're looking at, a starting pitcher that's probably not going to go, 4 innings, anything like that. We actually have this a 4-4 tie. Usually our home teams hit at about 5% higher win rate than the away teams this season anyway. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Twins here on the run line. That's going to be our play. It comes in at 63.5% of the time that the Twins in this spot will be victorious. So let's go ahead, take the Twins based off of starting pitching. That's right. All right, next up is going to be the Angels versus the Nationals. For the Angels, Soriano, 2.01 over his last 5, 3.47 here this season. The National starting pitcher is Parker, who has a elevated 7.98 over his last 3 games, 4.06 here this season. Right now, Angels are coming off a big one versus that Yankees team. They showed up in a big way. They're getting it done. We were all over that one yesterday. We're going to go back to them again today. We're going to go ahead and take them on the run line. That's right. We're going to lay the 1.5 here. We're going to get some big plus money on this one. We have them winning 5-3 in a big way. So let's go ahead and take the Angels on the run line. That's right. It's our best play, 63.5%. Next up is going to be the Orioles versus the Rays. We have Eflin on the mound, 3.6 ERA. He's had about 3 starts now for this new Orioles team. Right now, 4.05 this season. We have Littell on the mound, 2.59 over his last 5, 4.06 ERA this season. So they're pretty similar, and for the most part. Rays bullpen, though, they are the ones that are getting it done. That's why we're going to go ahead and lean towards the Rays. That ERA was 1.27 less than the Orioles over the last 5 games. Let's take the Rays here on the money line. Let's take the plus money at home, coming in at 60%. Have this one a 4-4 ball game. All right, here it is, our play of the day, text play of the day, that is. It is our second highest variance, coming in at 71.4. So if you want this one, it is going to be Bradford versus Rodon. If you want this one, all you got to do is text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 223-203-1821, and we'll get you a winner right off the bat. Had the winner yesterday. We're looking forward to 2 in a row. Let's do it. Next up is going to be the A's versus the Blue Jays. I like when things rhyme. That's fun. We have Spence on the mound, 4.79 over his last 5, 4.4 ERA this season versus Barrios. He's elevated 6.01 over his last 3, 4.11 though over this 2024 season. Right now, the A's were hot, but suddenly they're starting to trend under 4.4% less than their season average right now. Also, the Athletics, they failed to show up against this White Sox team, not showing their usual, lots of runs, not showing it. The actual Athletics offense is 13.5% lower than the league average for run scores, batting average, on-base percentage, that offensive impact that I like to talk about. The A's offense right now, they're hitting a whopping 186. That's right, 186. Let's go under this total. Now, I can see that you guys might see that it's a 5-4 A lot of that is rounding, and we come up to things different ways. So don't worry about all that. We do like the under total here in this one, 55.8%. All right. Then the Astros and the Red Sox. We have Blanco on the mound, 4.5 ERA over his last 5, 2.98 here this season. Tanner Houck on the mound, 5.09 ERA over his last 5, 3.09 this season. We're going to take the Houston Astros here on the run line. We'll take the plus 1.5 in this one. Plus 1.5 comes in at 61.6. We actually have this one a virtual tie, 4-4 ball game, but the Astros, they're coming off some big showings, and their bullpen right now is 1.36 lower than that Red Sox over the last 5 games. Let's go Astros. Run. All right, here we go. We have the Padres versus the Marlins. That's right. We have Perez on the mound, 5.31 over his last 5, 4.96 this season versus Cabrera, 5.01 and 5.96 here this season. Marlins are coming off another big showing. It's been crazy with them here as of late. Their Marlins offense right now is actually hitting 10.2% more than the Padres. It's kind of crazy because we see the Padres scoring lots of runs versus the Pirates. But we're going to go ahead and go back here on the run line with the Marlins versus this Padres team. We'll take them at 59.6% of the time. I have the Padres winning 5-4, but we'll definitely take that 1.5. Cubs and White Sox. Here we go. Battle of Chicago. White Sox, you know them. They're always struggling to score, and they're going up against Jameson Taillon, 3.99 over his last 5, 3.25 here this season versus Garrett Crochet, 4.15 over his last 5, 3.19 this season. Should be a decent game for all those folks watching. But, you know, this White Sox offense, we know they're 3.2% lower than their season average. They're 17.8% lower than their league average in all of those offensive impact categories. They're only hitting 184. They're only slugging 582. The Cubs offense, they average 2.33 more runs than this White Sox team. They're batting 5.6% better than the White Sox right now. And their on base percentage is 11.6% more than the White Sox here over the last 3. Give me the Cubs all day here on the money line. All day, right? Cubs win 5-3. 68.6% of the time. This will be a winner. All right. It's one of my favorites. It's like 1985. Mikolas on the mound, 6.33 ERA over his last 5, 5.12 ERA this season. We have Lorenzen coming over from Texas, from the Rangers, 5.75 ERA over his last 3, 3.69 here this season. Royals offense, they've been hot, even though they've taken a couple beatings here as of late, but just barely. Royals offense is 10.4% higher than the league average in all of those offensive impact categories, runs scored, batting average, blah, blah, blah. You know it. Royals offense right now slugging 812. The Royals offense, their on base and slugging is 13.9% higher than the Cardinals. Give me the Royals on the money line. I like this one. I have them winning by 2. 63.8% of the time, this will be the winner. All right, look at those Reds. They were getting it done there yesterday. Put up a ton. I mean, if you thought you had the under, you thought wrong. I mean, it's sitting at 6, and then suddenly, boom, it's way over. But we have Spires on the mound, 3.45 over his last 3, 3.59 this season versus Savale, 4.95 over his last 3. So right now we're looking at this Reds offense scoring 1.5 more runs per game than their league average here as of late. Reds offense is 12.3% higher than the league average, run scored, batting average, on base. Let's go ahead and take this team with the Reds on the run line. Now I have the Reds winning by 2. Let's go ahead and lay the 1.5. We don't need the plus 1.5 in this one. We can lay it. 57.9% of the time, run line will be the play. Let's do it. All right, Guardians and Twins. Again, we have Cobb, who has not pitched that yet this year, been injured, versus Verland. He's coming up from AAA. It's the battle of the zeros out there. Twins bullpen, though, right? They are giving up 4.7 runs per game right now out of that bullpen. So let's go ahead and just go over the total. We got a whole bunch of guys that probably won't pitch very many innings. I have the Guardians winning 6-3 in this one. That definitely gets us over the total. Let's do it. All right, Braves and Rockies. Holmes on the mound, 4.67 over his last 5, 3 ERA this season versus Gordon, 6.6 ERA over his last 5. Staying steady, 6.75 this season. Right now, I think this one's going to come down to starting pitching and bullpen, right? We know Braves haven't been doing squat, but their bullpen is 1.875 less than the Rockies. I have the Atlanta Braves winning this one 6-4. Let's go ahead and just take them on the money line here versus that Rockies team that's, I don't know, pretty stinky. All right, another Phillies versus Diamondbacks here at Chase. We got Wheeler on the mound, 2.88 over his last 5, 2.77 this season. Ryan Nelson on the mound, 3.52 over his last 5, 4.22 this season. Phillies offense still trying to stay hot. Phillies bullpen still going and giving up a lot of runs, 4.91. So I don't know. This one's going to be, to me, a way over the total. It's going to wind up being like that game last night. There wasn't much going on first 5 or 6 innings. Then boom. Phillies offense right now is 14.1% higher than the league average in all of those offensive impact categories. We're also looking at that benefit of a 7% field or ballpark increase here when you're sitting at Chase. So let's go ahead and take over the total. It comes in at 56.8. Have this one a 5-4 Phillies a victory. All right, Mets versus Mariners at T-Mobile Lumen Stadium Park. We have Quintana on the mound, 3.14 over his last 5, 3.95 this season versus it's Miller time, 2.66 ERA over his last 3, 3.62 this season. Mariners offense, on-base slugging, I mean, it's still pretty good, but they're not putting up a ton of runs. Why, Mariners? Why? Mariners offense right now, they're 17.7% more than the Mets still over the last 5. It's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and take the Mariners here on the run line. We'll take plus 1.5 runs with the Mariners coming in at 59.6. Have this one a 3-3 virtual tie. All right, Pirates versus Dodgers. We have Keller on the mound, 2.14 ERA over his last 3, 3.2 for this season. Flaherty on the mound from the Dodgers. He's coming over here with his 1.14 ERA over his last 5, dealing 2.84. What a pickup for the Dodgers, right? I mean, the Dodgers, they always find way to make the moves. I guess it's a lot of cash, right? But the Dodgers offense right now, they're slugging 852, and they actually have that on-base slugging at 17.8% more than this Pirates team. Let's just take the Dodgers here on the money line. We'll lay the minus 185. It comes in at 59.9% of the time, but have this one a 3-3, leaning with that home team. Our last one is going to be our VIP play of the day here with the Tigers and the Giants. That's right. Oh, I've just now noticed that we are having 16 games today, not the 15 like I thought. But you guys, hey, make sure you go ahead and go over to ogcappers.com where you can find our best of the best picks over there. You can find a little bit of everything that you want. You can get guaranteed best bets. You can get 3-packs, 5-packs, 7-packs. You can get your favorite capper for a duration, like 3 days, 7 days, a month long, all that kind of good stuff. All of our pick packages are profit guaranteed. So if we don't win, we don't turn a profit, you get credits back to your account. Also, whenever you purchase, make sure you use this OG20 at checkout. This one right here saves you 20% for all of you guys that watch this. It's exclusive to you guys here. Wow, looks like the Mariners got it done. All right, you guys. Hey, that is all I have for you today. Boom. We're ready to go for tomorrow. Let's do it. For the 8th, let's get some winners. Make sure you check out Bo's video series there as well. You can find him on our shorts tab. He's been killing it. Make sure you check out all of his great work. You can compare it to mine and find even more consensus. All right, folks, that's all I have. We'll check you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.